So day one, we got there and went to Felipe's.
I thought we trained at Aries the next day. No, we didn't train Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, so what was day one? Day one was like a
Friday.
Yeah, and we went and trained at Felipe's.
Yeah.
And then day two was our beach workout. I met Maria and did photos on the street.
Sinto gosto do teu beijo. É muito mais do que desejo.
And then day three was the boat tour, which was a Sunday. Monday was day 4.
So on the 4th day, we were set up to train at Aries headquarters. Before we were able to go there, though, we had to go take care of all the tourist type stuff that we were going to go do. This particular day, we were going to go see the Christu Redentor, Christ the Redeemer in English. That was the thing. That's like, to me, that's the Mecca of jiu-jitsu. So that was like, if, magnets were attracting each other. I'm a magnet, and that was the other's magnet, and that was just pulling me to it. And that was that's what I had to go do. That was, if anything, I was going to go do that. Whether we were going as a group or whatnot, I was going to go do that.
Alright guys, it's day number 4 and we are going to explore Rio today. And we'll do some training. Yesterday was a little bit of a disaster. Well, it wasn't a disaster for me. Some people had a hard time. We had a rough boat ride. But we saw some beautiful beaches.
The area we took the boat ride in was Arraial de Cabo. It's considered the Caribbean of Brazil. And I got some amazing photos with my Fujifilm X100f.
But we woke up this morning with no coffee, so we'll get some coffee now.
we just lucked up and had the best weather ever, and it felt amazing out there. It wasn't humid, and we would just all get these little Nespresso pods, and we just all drink espressos or coffee or whatever as a team out there on the veranda, and just basically talk about what we did the day before, what we're gonna do that day, or just whatever, just hanging out, having fun.
Whatever day it was. On Monday, we took a tour of Rio. Before we did that, we woke up, drank our coffee outside, which was great, enjoyed the view. That was probably one of my favorite things to do on the trip. Just relax in the morning and enjoy the view.
Getting up in the morning and making a cup of espresso and just, sitting out there while the city kind of wakes up was really a great way to start every day. I mean, of course, if you say Rio and you think of one thing, the most iconic, thing there is that statue.
Something I learned about Christ the Redeemer that I thought was cool, when you get up there, I thought it was one whole slab of whatever they made it out of. I wasn't sure. But when you get up there, it's those mosaics all over it, like the sidewalks that they have in Rio, which I thought was really cool because I would have never known that until I got up there and saw up close. So that was something new from that.
It was actually made with reinforced concrete and has an outer shell that is made up of 6 million soapstone tiles. And it's rumored that the workers who made these tiles wrote messages on the backs of them. Therefore, the statue is full of hidden messages. It's also prone to lightning strikes and can be struck up to 6 times per year. Just before the 2014 FIFA Cup, it was struck and lost one of its thumbs. Originally, the design was intended for Christ to be holding a cross in one hand and a globe in the other. Construction of the statue took over 9 years and started in 1922 and was finally finished in 1931. It measures over 30 meters in height and 28 meters wide. Housing prices in Rio have increased based on whether you have a view of the statue. Each year, about 2 million people visit. The record is 14,000 in one day, which was around Easter of 2011.
Going to Rio was always been a dream of mine. I wanted to go before I got my black belt to go see the Cristo Redentor statue. Cool story is that I had the flight booked, everything was good to go while I was still a brown belt, but I actually got promoted in between the process of booking the flight and actually going. So it was still fulfilling. I got my black belt in March. I won the Pan Am Championship, I won my weight, and then I won the absolute. So 7 matches that day. Went to the podium to get my second gold medal for winning the absolute, and Bruno walks up, puts the black belt around my waist at the podium. It was cool because Bruno, Josh, and Eric actually cinched the knot up. So that was another dream come true.
That's sick.
Josh,
All for this, baby. You did it. That goes to show you how powerful that trip was. To some people, it may have been just a passing in the wind, and to other people, it may have been a life moment.
And it didn't disappoint. I mean, it was not just the statue too, but being up where, they put it where they put it for a reason. So the views from up there were just stunning. And yeah, it was impressive. I mean, I don't know how tall it is, but it's a big statue, and it's I think it's been up there almost 100 years now. So it's, but it's, you know, it's Art Deco and it's just impressive.
After that, we went to multiple other places. We went and saw where Carnival is held, which was really cool, which I'd love to go down to one day. Just being in there, it was the big stands. So if you ever YouTube Carnival, we went through there, and it's wild on YouTube. Like, if you haven't looked at it, do it. But to even stand there with it all down was pretty like, whoa, this is intense. We went to the steps at Lapa. We went to this really cool temple.
Stay tuned to the next episode where we explore Lapa, Sugarloaf Mountain, and eventually make it to our training session at Aries BJJ.